Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 132, unlocking this box that we keep hearing that we're supposed to think outside of. So in this episode, I'm going to unlock the illusion of the box, and I'm going to explore how society and family and survival patterns have built these imaginary walls around us. We've all heard people say throughout our lives that we should think outside the box, and I've always kind of been wondering, what box? I don't see a box. I have no desire to climb inside a box, but who built this imaginary box to begin with, and why do a lot of us agree to climb inside of it? So in my opinion, of course, this channel is all my opinion. And in my opinion, the box is an illusion. So let's break that down. The box is a societal programming and conditioning. It includes our roles that we play in family, our trauma survival habits, cultural rules, old belief systems, and fear-based conditioning all contribute to the building of this box. So the box is not a place, it's a mindset. And who built it? Well, everybody from our parents who were doing the best they could with what they had, institutions that want conformity, past versions of ourselves that are trying to survive in a world built on comfort and not on consciousness. Most of us are handed this box before we're even old enough to question it. So here's how we learn to live inside the illusion of the box. And these are all examples I'm sure that you can relate to. We're taught to shrink early in life. Shh. We inherit other people's fears. People may make comments like, "Oh, that sounds dangerous. I would never do that." Don't do it. Be careful if you do. We're rewarded for compliance. So we're told to just follow the rules. And then we're punished for authenticity and told that we're too sensitive or that we should calm down. We're shaped by our family roles. It could be peacemaker, black sheep, or even the golden child. And we follow unspoken rules, societal rules, to avoid rejection. Things like don't stir the pot, don't create any chaos. Trauma can build its own box, and we stay small to stay safe. I did that for many years. And society reinforces the box with phrases we hear often like, "get a real job." So this is starting to sound familiar to you. Here's a few more quotes I have for you. Stay small, don't upset anybody. Fit in so you won't be noticed. Don't shine too bright and take attention from others. Good girls don't, ... fill in the blank, ladies. Do as you're told. This is just how it's always been. Don't question it. Don't take up too much space. Play it safe. And don't try that. I would never do that. The box becomes invisible because it starts to feel normal because we hear so many of these sayings and quotes throughout our lives. Well, I've always suspected that the box isn't real. And once I get onto the healing path of my spiritual awakening, all of my suspicions were confirmed. So, especially once I gained a great deal of healing and stepped back into my own personal power, I realized that I don't need to follow another format or this box of guidelines that we're supposed to be following, this prescription of how to live life successfully. I have rarely followed that, and it seems to be working out okay for me. So I didn't go right from high school into a 4-year college. Nope, I didn't do that. I didn't get married in my early 20s. I got married later in my 20s, but I did get married. And I did get a college degree because as a musician, I knew that I wasn't going to make enough money to pay the bills as a musician performing. So I went ahead and got my music education degree and then my master's in music therapy, but I always followed that up with my own way of doing things. Anyway, I've kind of resisted this box my whole life, and it continues. But as you grow and heal, and you break free from the conditioning, the box shrinks, and eventually you outgrow it completely. So here's a couple questions for you to start to dismantle this box in your life. Ask yourself, whose voice is this belief or guideline that's trying to force you into a box? And does this rule help me grow or keep me contained? Is it a fear of mine or did I inherit it? So you can write these things down in your journal if you're one of my regular followers and you have started a journal or just tend to keep a journal anyway. So, or just ask yourself these questions. You can dig a little deeper through tools like journaling, meditation for inner truth, naming your values, and releasing any fear-based identities that you may have. So what you do is you're breaking the box to get out of it. You realize that it was never solid in the first place. From the spiritual perspective, the box represents the moment that we forget who we really are, our true nature, because our souls don't come in boxes. Consciousness, our souls, our essence, has no walls. We're born limitless, infinite, free, sovereign, and ever expanding. And a box doesn't help us to do that, does it? Spirituality is remembering your expansiveness. Healing removes the illusion that made you feel confined. The box dissolves when we rise, and the divine path has no straight lines or walls. Here's the highest truth. The bottom line of this episode is that you're never in a box. You just need to change your mindset. So, in closing, I just wanted to say that I stopped trying to think outside the box when I realized what I always suspected, that the box isn't even real. I permanently stepped out of my comfort zone, and now I move through open space, untamed, uncontained, and fully me. And you can too, when you take an honest look at your core beliefs and realize that the only restrictions you have, you're placing on yourself. This is our episode for today. Hey, for those who celebrate, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. But above and beyond that, I want to honor and respect our Indigenous people, most of all, on this holiday weekend. I hope you've been doing well. I'm going to record another episode here in just a couple minutes, and I'll see you again soon. So take good care of yourselves. That's it for now. Have a great day. Oh, wish you peace, love, and light, too. And I'll see you again.